Next up, this movie. I love this movie. I love this movie to death. I remember when it came on TV. And of course, my guy in it, my guy from Perfect Strangers, Balky Bartakamis. What is his real name? I can't remember his real name right now. Uh, what is his real name? Yeah, Bronson Pinochet, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Um, Stephen King's Langoliers. This is just a great story to me. It's a great story about people traveling on a plane trying to get to their destination, and for some strange reason they can't seem to get there. So if you like plane movies flying in the air, check out Stephen King Langoliers. Next up, a classic 70s Stephen King adaptation by Stanley Kubrick, of course. It's The Shining with Jack Nicholson in it. Here's Johnny, of course, the storyline goes. What can I say more about this movie? If you haven't seen this movie, you are missing out on a great story. Won't tell you much more. Check it out. It's worth your time. More than a horror movie, too. Worth your time. Next up, I have the new version here with Rob Lowe of Salem's Lot. I don't have the original adaptation of this movie yet, but I will be getting it shortly. But yes, this is Salem's Lot, of course, a vampire flick that takes place in a small town. You gotta love it. The two go hand in hand together. I mean, I love Salem's Lot. Great story. Stephen King knows how to do it properly. Next up, of course, I saw this movie when I was a kid, and some of the scenes and stories in this movie kind of affected me in very strange ways. It's Stephen King and George Romero, of course, Creepshow, the first one. The second one is also pretty good. I don't own that yet, but I will be adding the second one to my collection because it's pretty decent, good stories. But this is the first one, which is has the best stories in it, if you ask me. The one that sticks to me so much is the guy who played in Naked Guns, the lead actor. I can't remember his name now, but you know who he is. He had a great role in this, and he was just this stingy guy who always wanted to treat people badly and just get over them get over on them at any point he could, take advantage of them basically. And the people came back, basically. He ended up killing them, but they came back. And I remember this one scene where he's just screaming, "I can hold my breath for a long time." If you see Creepshow, you know what I'm talking about. That scene stuck in my head as a child. It was like on repeat forever. But hey, I loved it. It might have gave me some nightmares, but I loved those nightmares as a child. Creepshow, check it out. Next up, good movie that everyone loves. Of course, another movie that's more than a horror movie. Actually, it's not a horror movie. It's The Shawshank Redemption. Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman in it. Love the movie. Great story. Stephen King knows how to tell a good story. You know, the Green Mile is another one that's very similar to this. Not a horror story, but excellent movie. A lot of people have it as their number one or number two picks. Great movie, Shawshank Redemption. If you wanna just watch a great storyline, you need to watch this movie, Shawshank Redemption. Good storyline. Next up. Love this movie. It's very long. It's about 3 hours long. But as a kid, I mean, you can't get any better than Stephen King's It, of course. People who are afraid of clowns hold Pennywise as the horrible, the worst clown you can imagine. That's this guy right here. Great story. I love the whole childhood versus the adulthood storyline in It. what can I say? It's one of those movies you can watch on a Sunday, afternoon. It's that good. It's long, and you can watch the Sunday afternoon when you have time. But Stephen King's it's worthy. It's very, very scary and very fun at the same time. Next up, I believe, is a 4-hour Stephen King adaptation from the book called The Stand. Of course, came on TV. Some people really don't like this movie. I actually like this movie because it's so long and it tells different stories from different point of views of different people. And if you know me, you know I'm a sociology major, so I just love finding out about people and how they interact with each other and with things. So The Stand, this is another Sunday movie to watch. Check out if you're a horror fan and haven't seen The Stand yet, go pick it up. And the number 2 movie that I have from Stephen King's adaptation, I love this movie. I really do love it. It would have been number 1 if it wasn't for one more movie, and it's called Stephen King's The Storm of the Century, all right? Storm of the Century. Born in Sin, come on in. You gotta love him. I love what he stands for. I love the sociological aspect of this movie. You take these people that live in this small town, and this guy out of the blue shows up and asks them. He kills a few people, but he asks them to give him something. He says, "Give me what I want, and I'll go away," which is one of the coolest lines in Stephen King's movie, I believe. Just give me what I want, and I'll go away. And you have to watch the movie to find out exactly what he wants for him to leave this small town alone. Great story, man. That's all I can say. Another Sunday evening or afternoon watcher, Storm of the Century. And of course, my all-time favorite Stephen King adaptation. Some people don't like it, but I truly love it. It's The Mist. It's The Mist. Again, another one of those movies where you see people at their best and you see people at their worst. It's a real sociological horror movie. The ending of this movie is the greatest ending ever to me. It's the greatest ending ever. It leaves your mouth just on the floor. It's one of those movies that really affect you in a way that you don't get affected by movies. Good storyline too. Like some of the special effects might have been iffy at times, but real cool scenes, great characters in this movie. Some people you love to hate, and that's always a good movie when you can find people you just love to hate and wish would die. Yeah, Stephen King, The Mist, number 1 out of the Stephen King adaptations that I have. I say The Mist is my most watched one to me. So I just want to thank you guys for checking me out. If you have any questions, let me know. Tell me what's your favorite Stephen King adaptation. And once again, thanks, Mom, for getting me interested in the horror movies. And happy birthday. Talk to you guys later.